In pre-colonial days, Fiji and the Pacific existed in a non-monetary economy that used the system of Veisa or barter. This involved food and food practices, plants and crops, farming practices, building materials and skills, dances, special bar clothing, reconciliation and conflict resolutions. On many occasions, these Veisa scenarios have resulted in intermarriages and migration of groups of families and tribes that eventually got adopted in their partners or host homeland as one of their own. Vitonga district is one of the 24 districts in the province of Mba. The province of Mba, which spans across 4 important urban and economic centers in Fiji, Nadi, Lautoka, Mba and Tavua, including the Asawa group of islands, is home and birthplace to many descendants of indentured laborers who have been tenants on farmlands within the largest sugar belt community in Fiji. The Foundation for Rural Integrated Enterprises and Development, a community development non-governmental organization based in Lautoka, had proposed a Veisa Day to involve only 4 Itoke villages within this Vitonga district and their corresponding tenant communities who are predominantly of Indian descent. However, the dialogue between Friend and the chief of Vitonga resulted in an unexpected turn of events. The chief of Vitonga district initiated a move to include the whole province in what he viewed as a significant event in the relationship building between the 2 ethnic groups, promoting inclusiveness and unity within the Vanua of Mba. The chiefs of the Vanua of Mba saw this as an important peace-building and reconciliation effort that must be carried out for sustainable development within their province. The Veisa Day took place during the Vanua Mba Festival on October 13th in 2017. The chiefs of the Mba province decided to have it on this day, which was dedicated to the youth of the province, the leaders of tomorrow, and the ones who will sustain the relationships and all the narratives of this historical event and its significance till generations to come.
It was the first time that the initiative that started in Syria Park in Nausori in December 2016 was taken to the West. It had been held in the Central Division, first in Nausori and then in Nodo, and then an event of building understanding in the USP. After that, it was then decided and it was targeted that the Veisa would take place on that particular week, with the Tuinodo coming from his home in Nodo, with a small party from his village, down to Nadi. I was already in Nadi, and so I wanted to be there and gave support to the Tuinodo. As it turned out, it was very useful that I came along and gave that support and helped put some weight on the sharing of the Veisa to the chiefs and the people of Mba.
Kina rara ni vingar ngarabi baga turanga ni vitingo mi baga badoa nei tigo baga turanga min dala ni borre baga turanga rosa baga ba na lo masala ni asana baga turanga ba nei barre taki ni non ramarau kei non baga bini binaka ni rosureti na ramai tigo saga talanga nesinganta non rakamunanga ni vambe sa non rakamunanga ni mboka na ramboka banua kara rengu banua kina virna turanga bale era sampale oti ini na loma sakanya sanu pa turang pa era sa dawoti na non romani ka maroi ena veyambati sawoti ne baba sakati ko nisingata kamunanga ni vambe au sabu ka lembera na kana bosa do turanga ena loma sakanya sanu pa turanga umba kinan dala ni borre go turanga ro sa kabul ba ilandu ba le mula bi ba mo motagi Napakale mundo na binto kai. Napakale mundo na bilang iti mga momo. Misame patake abo kamu. Na momo ni sarong bagay ruas sa ulka ba. Ersa no mumata na siya ni kuha. Tapan din tayo na noriki na ambassador ni European Union. Sano munin na mata na siya ni kuha. Wantin din tayo na noriki na ilesi ni konferendi ni lotu esere biting gari tuma. Parna leo ni bonua. Ni asala mga momo mana le murra sana momo. Eresano dia na le roba turua. Ina siya na ni kuha na buni naging bimbita. Tusame sa tababi kan ni nogi na ni kuha. Binandu na yaw, binandu na kay tukutu, binandu na alo bina. Gisa tumay me kusame mga malatagin na lamuti ako momo nga kanakainak. Sa sumiti niya ako yung tono kamon. Dito na binano na momo na tinoto. Kalau binano na momo na mantangali na isano ko no. Pero dito na binano na lumento na ratu ersano indumatan na momo niya sa lomba na sinikua. Elekere membaw din na lodola. Biyokoro kamuto na momo niya sa lomba. Ersanga tulo na no ba momo inabata-mata ba momo. Rezo la muni okorale niya sana. Ersa din tayo niya no. Dalam di mesa tanah sinikua. Salam niya ulo malay. Kali kere wala kuluge dola magiba kalong atay niya. Kalong atono na dola, kalong atono na bingorani. Kay lilu tamu na karisto mana.
The Vanua Ba Festival is an annual event organized by the Mboseni Momo as a fundraiser and social cohesion event, but is traditionally used to involve only the Itauke communities. However, with the theme Unity of the Vanua, the festival was extended to the Indian tenant communities from the province.
Over the years, our narratives have made us feel a victim of each other. There are deeply ingrained stereotypes that has had negative effect on our development. This is understandable when we look at our history. Since 1879, our ancestors were punished for entering indigenous Fijian villages. We had been kept separate for 91 years. Our people could cop a jail term for entering a Fijian village. Narratives emerged instilling fear in our people not to enter villages. And it's said till today, both ethnic groups instill fear in their children that the other will take them away if they're naughty. The political upheavals have further strengthened the fear in our communities. The people of the land have been very generous, and we know that the chiefs and your people, Omba, understand us much better than probably we understand you. Luvendranarathu is very divided in many religious cultural groups, and we have not had the opportunity to come under one banner as people. Our leaders come from different belief systems and different backgrounds, and much like you, we are leader driven, and that has taken us in scattered directions. Our history has not allowed us to come together as one people, to come and try and dialogue with your very organized structure and system. Today, you have allowed us the opportunity, and we have representations here from various cultural bodies that make up Luvendranarathu. Just as this is a healing process for us, this opportunity is allowing us to band together to become your people. The Vanua Mba is very special and very unique. We have worked well together in economic growth of the Vanua. The Vanua has deeper understanding of us as a people, and you have been very flexible with us, speak our language, have pardoned our ignorance of traditions and customs. Most of us still have not entered a village setting or have ever sat through your entire ceremonies. While we have yearned to belong to you in the Vanua, we do not know how to enter this Devakani system, or how to contribute our soli, or how to give a hand in doing our duty to the Vanua. We apologize sincerely for our ignorance and offense we may have caused in our ignorance over the years and today.
Mera toko maige na nalube mu. Murusa me tara itali itawo ni biba ro taki. Muru me tatau na kini kora. Muru me kora biat toko na itawo ni biba bina taki. Na bi kora bi ora taratu na momo ni lengu Vanua na bilo ke rusa buka ba. Ora ka tungwa ngwa sa modea. Ora ka dai so mi ora sanga tulo na singini kuwa. Sa ka lebu ke na baka bina. Sini gua tamte singa reo ina mutun lem ya sana komba. Guna kay bale. Wagla tiatu na momoni ya sana komba nambilo kay rusa buka ba. Kay mam kay tesera kay akodola. Tandola ni gua kalau malangi. Abara ko na kalau na ngale murmi tara na singa binani kuwa. Daulat tu na bawir mantingi bura-bura. Senata ba ebu e mau tagi tuga na bono ko biti. Iku na kalau ngata tu na binga una kebe. Eru sutanga na bura-bura na biasa bura-bura ya ko biti ke tunda igoto. Una kay bale. Balik tele kalau goto. Coba na kalau lebunga. Coba ni saya na kalau ndawi bagaro tagi. Sani amuri ado megere singam nani kuwa. Adi ko me murutuge na sana kumba. Ni tobo lebu mur sami bagado na singam nani kuwa. Kagule tagi tu na biasa bura-bura. Ilabung ni tobo arang karabe nabi tungang ngar samo dia. Wab nabi na bakale bet dalam malan ni tugu alu tugu takani abi. Kale na tugu namu mani tal-talang kasih bagadengu. Tal salam bamba. Ara tugu ni amuni. Kale na tugu ni para bisai. Na ado na banua kobiti. Manitay mamaruroi. Nabi biya mata ina biasa bura-bura kenanga. Mayaw sami labit to kay murumata na siya minani kuwa. Salen rayaw na momo. Ina moto ni tingina. Irosal bukan dua. Inambilo kay rosal bukan ba. Satayaw ni baga bina. Satayaw ni mat karawa. Satayaw meninga nilen reti gomi. Nabi tataw na sa mitar sim na ni kuwa. Kami tangina toko. Ni santono to kay war na momo. Irosal bukan ba. Sabahan no inutu ni santono muni mo kalau melo malangi.
When I used to go around talking to farmers, they referred to their chiefs as Raja or the king. We, Luvendranath Ratu, have always deeply felt respect and reverence for the chiefs of the land, the Vanua, and all that it represents. We've been very blessed to have born and grown up in Ba. And the chiefs of Ba have always looked after us and protected us. Each time there was a political unrest, we've had calls made by the Vanua to keep political unrest out of the province. Today you have formalized the commitment of protection in Loloma. Our generations to come will be eternally grateful for this day. Every leader from our community has a story to share on how they have deep bond with the chiefs of their Vanua. When we meet tenant community, there are always stories of deep relationships. We have an affinity and bond growing up together for the last 100+ years. However, like the tramline tracks of the sugar industry, we run on parallel tracks. We feel for each other. There is also deep fear of each other, and our insecurities of each other has not allowed deeper understanding and dialogue on our fears and insecurities, so we could grow together in development. We live in same localities and get affected by same issues and natural calamities like floods. However, we plan our development in isolation from each other. We implement our development action plans in isolation from each other. We have different reporting systems and administration systems in very small spaces that we live in. Each of the community has its own strengths, and if we work together, we could have lasting sustainable development with both our efforts. Today you have opened new doors for us, an opportunity to enter a new relationship system. And pardon us, we still don't know how to take the steps inwards. The political upheavals of the last 3 decades have also not helped us focus on developing relationships. We have turned our focus to education and migration with a torn heart. We long to belong here, yet our people have been looking for sense of security in migration. This entire peace process has provided a healing for us. Today our hearts have healed and we are deeply humbled and very emotional. I request the Bosani Momo and the Vanua to please have some patience with us as we now attempt to learn the language, protocols, culture and customs. And as we learn, we will learn our part. We humbly request you to open spaces for our learning. We know we have failed in this regard, and your people have gone far ahead, that you not only speak our language, but there are many who sing songs in our language. We acknowledge the vision and the blessings of Momo Natui Vitongo in allowing the work of the EU-supported Grassroots Voices of Good Governance to not only be part of Vanua Vitongo, but encompass the whole Vanua Mba. Today we feel honored and proud to have been part of a Veisa ceremony that has made us feel safer and stronger in the bosom of a united Vanua Mba. Your commitment to protect us and to sustain our relations is something we will treasure for generations, and we commit to do our part towards the Vanua. We salute your vision to embrace us on your dedicated day to the youth, and your vision that whatever has been started today will be carried forward by the youth of today. We are hopeful that together we'll be able to look at bigger development challenges facing both communities, dialogue, work together, and support each other to greater heights and prosperity. And we look forward to working together under the blessings of Bosena Momo. We pray that the Bosena Momo and all the 24 Tikinas of Vanua Mba will be richly blessed.
The holding of this ceremony of Veisa, the barter, the exchange of various gifts, ideas, skills, knowledge, establishes the bonds between communities on the common challenges of development issues that affect you all equally. And the ceremony and dialogue releases the incredible power of participation and cooperation. And that is the fertile soil from which community-supported solutions, owned by all of you, and made for the development, prosperity, and happiness of all your peoples come. In my language, you create the mathematics where the whole is so much greater than the sum of your separate parts. Friend, an organization who is helping you in these efforts, has grown to be a leading player in this field, supporting community growth and empowering individuals. In the last 15 years, Friend has successfully empowered a wide diversity of communities throughout Fiji. For the EU-funded project of Grassroots Voices for Good Governance, the chance to be associated with your Veisa Day contributes to ensuring inclusiveness and participation, a goal that underpins all our support in Fiji. There are, strangely, as I learnt your story, many parallels with the 28 European Union countries that I represent here in Fiji and the South Pacific. If you accept the definition of Veisa as a meaningful dialogue that brings people together, that finds ways to do things better together, and which resolves differences without conflict. To look back in your beautiful country's history, many Fijians fought bravely in the Second World War, and indeed many gave up their lives. That terrible conflict was started by Europe, when its diplomacy failed to find solutions to our problems through dialogue. To our great cost at that time, we lost the commitment and vision for the Veisa that you have today and that we have witnessed. But out of the ashes of that terrible war in Europe grew the European Union, as our grandparents and parents realized that if they are to avoid the tragedy of plunging the world into yet more global conflict, they would have to break down the barriers between countries of Europe. They would have to tie their people to each other across their economies, their societies, and their politics. And perhaps most importantly for us in Europe, as we everywhere, including here, we realized we would have to bring their communities together, building on what those communities have in common and not on what sets them apart. The Veisa, I believe, aims to facilitate and establish exactly these same ties through promoting those deep conversations and those spaces of dialogue where you have the Itauke and the indigenous Fijian landlord community holding conversations with Fijians of Indian origin that are or were tenants and are living in the province.
In July 2016, the district of Nodo and the province of Rewa celebrated the birth of a new relationship on Rewa Day through the traditional adoption of the descendants of indentured laborers into the Nodo and Rewa family. Then, in May 2017, the descendants of the indentured laborers were officially declared and will be forever known with the Itauke identity of Luvendra Naratu, meaning the children of the chief of Nodo. The Mbosini Momo decided to invite the Vanua of Rewa and utilize the culturally and historically significant event of the formal adoption of all descendants of indentured laborers by the people of Nodo district and subsequently Rewa province through the leadership of the Tui Nodo, Ratu Ison Tamdamu, and the blessings of the paramount chief of Rewa province and the other 8 district chiefs and people of the province of Rewa.
Lunga na sa Rewa, sa kini ko rongo na sa nilewomba mi tigo mo nandi me ato sa ritaw. Kena songo bimbi ko sa viko tigo me kene de viru ratu na puno romba na mera mai tambe ko bonua viru na momo na ni puno puno romba i poka sangaribuji sana ke karabuji ngamu non tambe na kenrita tau naki na kani ko be naka mpoka sa tangkarabuji na sigila mate
komando matalanga ndo la songo tali songo binaka songo bimbi na non songo na ni mamituranga ni sanomba wambota ni mateni ngauna ni kana kambimbi talanga ki mami ngarabakina o sibna non ra mala ko mai na kai ki mami berana kawani ngirmit talanga kina non ra mai bakabati ko balong boroto na bi ka kesar na buka binaka non ra rimu berana turanga ni saromba
sa may valor ni kuha asando ni yalo sa tege buna na mo turanga sanomba sa dondo ke kentanalen kono na sanomba menta sa tingo man ilolongo karena tingo man itu berasa mai tingo man na momo ne sanomba senga wala ngani sanomba sana katika kina na bono todo ko biti pambi be kentan toki na ite tuku bimbingan dondo me bare tege kentana na singani kuha nanonta sa 2 bata menta belo mani dan 2 bata menta sa nangkara panataka ni ken nangkara bina biba ko tek ni bonongo biba ka rasa mai barita kan kuwa orto na wakanda na lubi ratu